So welcome to Joel Green Uncut, and I've got two special guests here. We are going live for WWE Wrestlemania 41 predictions. I know the particular person in the middle is absolutely buzzing for this one, but all I will say is me and Jack are probably the biggest kids on this live stream at the moment.
Definitely.
We've been watching wrestling for a very, very long time, and this is a major, massive two-nighter event for WrestleMania, and we are looking forward to this one. So we got Charlie in the middle, who's joining us today for the first time on our first live stream, and we've got Jack, the Punk Kid Hughes, as always. Thank you very much, both of you, for joining me, and we are going to go straight in for night one. Let's go straight in the deep end, shall we, you two? And we've got SWS Boxing. Yes, Joel, Charlie, and Jack.
Yes.
It's all happening. And hello, Joel, says Bell. So there we go. That one's just for me. So yeah, night one. The World Tag Titles on the line. The War Raiders versus the New Day. Jack, do you want to go first on this one? As Charlie is absolutely buzzing.
Yeah, I'll go first. So, funny enough, I was speaking to my sister about this today as I was watching Raw with my nephew.
Don't use your nephew as an excuse.
Yeah. The biggest problem I've had with WWE over the last couple years is they don't push new talent, and they like to keep it kind of the same old story kind of thing. And I feel like there's a lot of really good young talented tag teams like Chad Gable stable and so on and so forth that have deserved this spot, but they've still given it to the New Day, who have been running the tag division now for I don't even know how long. It's got to be at least 15-14 years. Kofi Kingston's a 14-time WWE champion. I really felt like they could have done a lot more with this spot. And there's a big part of me that thinks that they're going to stick the tag titles back onto the New Day. Like, I really, really feel like they are. But I'm going to, I don't know, give Triple H the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and just say, really think that he's going to do something and keep it on the Raiders. So I'm gonna go with a very kind of half-hearted Raiders prediction for this one.
Fair enough, Charlie. Where you heading? Because you really liked the New Day. They've now turned bad, so they're all dressed in black because that's what WWE does. They just dress everyone in black when they've turned bad. And War Raiders are, I think, actually, well, they're so talented, aren't they, Charlie?
Yeah, especially Ivor.
Yeah. For a big man, very good, isn't he?
Yeah, for a big man. So I'm going with, well, now the New Day have turned heel and Xavier and Kofi have won a lot of titles together. I feel like they're gonna leave it on the War Raiders, but then they are gonna lose it soon. But I don't think they'll lose it now. I feel like they're gonna take the win.
He's like a little old man, isn't he, Jack? So yeah, there's Charlie's prediction. Do you know what? I think they're going to strip them. I think they're going to give them to the New Day. I think this is going to be the heel persona that they're going to try and run with. And I think whether they keep them very long, I don't know. But I think they're going to try something different with a different angle of them being heel. I think that's where they're going to go with it. War Raiders, I think they're brilliant. I think you should give them the run they deserve. But it'll be interesting. They, as Jack said, they always go back to New Day. You can understand it with the power of positivity and the influence they have on kids and the market. But now that market's sort of died a bit. They almost need to reinvent them and get new merchandise out as bad guys. So for me, I think New Day, but lads, who knows? This is WrestleMania. Who knows? Next one up, the US title. So Charlie can have this one first. The US title, LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. This is going to be very interesting.
So I think that LA Knight is a two-time United States champion at the moment, and Fatu's been very well with this rival with Braun Strowman, and he's been like, I think this is where Fatu becomes a single superstar and turns on Solo and the Tonga brothers. So I'm going with Fatu winning the title, and I hate to say it, but I think LA Knight's losing it.
As killer as it is, Jack, I think he's right.
Yeah, so do I. I think, funny enough, again, I put up a post today saying, like, superstars that WWE need to push desperately, but they probably won't. And Jacob Fatu was in it, but he was the only one that I said, I think this is his moment to shine.
Yeah.
And I do think that they're going to put the title on him, even though LA Knight's one of the big kind of crowd favourites at the moment. But he's in his 40s, if I'm correct, right? And obviously Jacob Fatu's kind of like the new kind of monster heel that they're trying to push across to us. So, yeah, I think it's Jacob Fatu's time to take the title and have a little push.
Because I think even though Jacob's tried to be the heel, the fans love him, don't they? He's become that guy that everyone actually, I think, especially with Solo in the picture as well. Solo's become, he's kind of died off a bit. And it's really annoying because he actually had so much potential as well. But Jacob seems to be that new Fatu in the door that's making waves. And he wins the title for me as well. I think some people are saying it could even be a squash match where he absolutely wipes out.
Yeah, I could see that.
LA Knight. I hope not, and I hope we see a good one because I really like LA. But I think it's coming. I'll take this one first, lads. Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Now, I am looking forward to this. I love the fact that Naomi is heel turned, and she's playing it really well. I think she's actually playing sort of the bad person really well in all this. And Jade Cargill, as my wife knows, she's an absolute specimen, that woman is. What a physique, and the way she is, you know, they've kind of been building her behind the scenes wrestling-wise, I think, a lot of days at the Performance Centre, and they've mixed her up with Bianca, which has given a really good experience, and now they're mixing her in with Naomi. I think Jade Cargill wins this hands down. I think following on from the story that we've had, I think she wipes out Naomi, and possibly I think we could see a feud with Bianca Belair. I think there's going to be something more to that backstab story that we don't know about yet. What do you reckon, Jack?
Yeah, well, I know a lot of you guys are probably going to hate me for this, and probably a lot of the female fans, but I always just kind of fast forward the female.
Oh no, he said it now.
I always just fast forward them, and I'm not going to lie, it's the PG era that brought that on for me, because I used to love watching the woman in the Attitude Era, but the PG era really killed.
Why was that though, Jack?
It would just become so like it just becomes so like childish. The woman PG era becomes so like childish and pathetic that it just weren't worth watching anymore. But like go watch the woman back in the Attitude Era. They were unreal, and I'm not just talking about the bra and panty matches, but they were unreal. Okay, so but there are.
You're talking about Mae Young's puppies again.
Yeah.
This is the problem.
Exactly that. But like Bianca Belair is unreal, Jade Cargill's unreal, Rhea Ripley's unreal, Liv Morgan's, she has a couple good matches. Charlotte Flair is really good. There are some good ones, but there are some that I'm still not the biggest fan of. But I'm slowly coming back into them. A couple of the pay-per-view matches are good, but yeah, and obviously I've got my nephew on to doing the same thing when the girls come in. He's like, just skip these ones, skip these ones. So it's not good, but I'm gonna go that Jade. I think Jade Cargill again is probably gonna it's gonna be a squash match. I think she wins pretty convincingly and pretty quick.
What do you reckon, Charlie?
So the hype from the Elimination Chamber when Jade returns straight before Naomi gets even a touch on Liv. So the hype from all the things, I think that Naomi is absolutely getting smashed by Jade. It's got to be. Jade Cargill's got to win this.
Says it as it is. Says
There's
it
no
as
way
it is.
that Naomi wins. There's just no.
I can't see it. I can't see it. I think if they did, it kind of derails the Cargill hype. But this is one Charlie's looking forward to, though. Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano, aka Chad Gable. That everyone keeps going on about. It's going to be an interesting one, this one. What do you reckon, Charlie? The Battle of the Masks, are we going to see the unmasking of Americana?
I think we're going to get some interference between the Creed brothers and Ivy Nile, but also the other side with the LWO. While them two are fighting, I feel like, you know that metal piece that El Grande Americano keeps on putting in his mask?
Yeah.
He's going to hit him with that, but then we're going to get like a Dragon Lee return, and Dragon Lee's going to unmask El Grande Americano, and then Rey, he's going to push him onto the ropes. Rey's going to hit 619 and just take the win. I feel like Rey's not getting unmasked. It's going to be Dragon Lee who helps Rey unmask El Grande Americano.
That was detailed, Jack. Are you going with that one?
Yeah, I feel pretty much the same. Again, in my post, Chad Gable was one of the ones I said, how are WWE just never pushing this guy?
He's brilliant.
He's absolutely sensational with everything he does. Any gimmick they give him, he just blows it out the water. And I think he's good on the mic. He's hilarious. He's incredible in the ring. And thus, as I said, any gimmick, any story they put him in, he absolutely smashes it. And as I was just saying, his stable is so good as well. The tag team he's got, unreal. That guy, what's his name? Is it Julius Creed?
Yeah.
Literally kicked off Raw with Rey Mysterio the other day, put on an unreal match, but loses every match. And it's just the same thing. Like, Rey Mysterio, don't get me wrong, absolute legend, and obviously still love him winning from time to time, but come on, man. Give, Chad Gable the spotlight, but we know it's going to be Rey Mysterio is going to win, and I'm pretty much exactly how Charlie's going to put it. I feel like he's going to be winning the match, then he's going to get unmasked, and it's going to be some stupid, it's Chad Gable. And then he's either going to get rolled up and get a pin on a roll up, or just kicked into the rope 619, game over, and that's going to be it.
Like none of us actually knew. Do you know what I mean?
It's funny because when he comes out, obviously my nephew's only 3, and I'm always like, "Who is that? Who is that guy in the mask?"
You know what? Someone's putting a thing around social media saying it's Omos.
Oh, really? You see, there's another one saying it's Vince McMahon as well.
That'd be really bad. Right, on to the next one. WWE Women's Title. Tiffany Stratton. It's Tiffy time versus Charlotte Flair. I'm going to take this one first, lads. For me, I think they keep the title in Tiffany Stratton. Charlotte Flair is one of those that seems to get the WrestleMania moment every time. And very much another sort of, like we were saying, like a New Day. Has to be in there. Has to be in the main event. Has to be the woman to watch. If Tiffany wins this is major. This is major. And it could be what turns Charlotte into an absolute badass and has a run afterwards. So, for me, Tiffany Stratton wins this one. And I think she wins it clean, which makes it even better. What do you reckon, Charlie?
So, it's a bit of a wild one, but I'm going. Tiffany Stratton's about to win, but she goes on the top rope, but out of nowhere, Nia Jax comes. You know what they do when they hit the ropes and they just fall down? I think Nia Jax is going to do that. I think we're going to get some Candice LeRae interference, and I think, I hate to say it, but I think Charlotte's going to win because of Nia and Candice. I have no idea why, but they have been. But the Nia and Tiffy rivalry has been quite big, hasn't it?
Yeah, no, it has. Certainly has. And Hawkan jumping in. Good evening, Joel, Charlie, and Jack. Red Corner Boxing, which is our boy Jam. Three legends in the house. Hi, fellas. There we go. Hello, guys. From Team Cop Vibes. And he's put CM Punk, but we'll get to that. So what do you reckon for that one then, Jack? Another one you're going to skip?
Yeah, pretty much. I was going to say, are these two, are these two on SmackDown?
Yes.
Or are they? Yeah, because I was going to say I haven't seen much of this storyline, but I normally I don't really get a lot of time.
It's been a car crash. The storyline has been a car crash. They actually got personal and went off script the other week during a mic conflict. Tiffany Stratton brought up the fact that Charlotte Flair had been married and divorced 3 times in the ring in front of a live audience. And then Charlotte came back and said, well, your other half's in my DMs at most nights. So it was it was nasty. So they're actually quite worried, I think, WWE, is where this could actually potentially end up. Because they have a problem with each other, So you might want to watch this one.
I was going to say, maybe I might better. But yeah, I was going to say, because it's on SmackDown, I haven't seen much of the story at all, so I can't really. It's kind of just a real guess for me, this one. But as I've said many times, like, you know, the more the things change in WWE, the more they like to keep it the same. It really wouldn't shock me if they just kept the title on. Well, I don't know who the champion is. I think it's Tiffany, right? It really wouldn't shock me if they just give the title to Charlotte again, because she's just come back, and and all that. So yeah.
And if she wins it, she's won more world titles than her dad.
Oh, there you go then. But then again, I guess if that happens, they're taking that big kind of John Cena moment away. But I don't know. Maybe it could stay on Tiffany. Who knows?
Well, while we're with you, Jack, World Heavyweight title, Jey Uso versus Gunther. Yeah. What a match this is going to be. What a build-up this has had. You know where Charlie's going already, as he's doing the Jey hats. What do you reckon, Jack? Surely it's Jey Uso.
Yeah, it's this one that is pretty obvious. First of all, that beating that Gunther.
Yeah, I thought it was unreal.
Yeah, that you can tell we're not in the PG era anymore with that beating. But yeah, that was brilliant. Like, obviously Gunther's just a big star, but he's obviously had his time now with the Intercontinental and the heavyweight title. And obviously Jey Uso, well, he is no matter what way you look at it, he is the biggest star in the company now. He's selling the most merchandise. The crowd are right behind him. To be honest with you, I don't want to be that kind of guy, but I don't really see why, like, that he's. Don't get me wrong, I like Jey Uso. I'm not a Jey Uso hater.
He's not. I get what you mean. He's not the best technically. He's not the best on the mic. But I think because he's kind of naturally grown into the superstar that the fans love, that the WWE have gone with it. Give him the Rumble, see how this goes. And there was a bit of a mixed reaction, wasn't there, when he won the Rumble? But look at, he walked out the other day and he didn't even yeet. And the crowd was going mental. Do you know what I mean? They were craving it. So the buzz is there. And as I say, I think that for all three of us, it's time for yeet, isn't it? It's time for the champ.
It's definitely going to be Jay's moment. It'd be interesting. Like, obviously, it's a new champion, a new era, and all that. So it'd be interesting to see. But I can't really see his title. To be honest with you, I don't see it being an amazing title run. I probably don't really see it lasting that long either. But it'd be interesting to see where they go and the rivalries he has and the matches he puts on and so on and so forth. So yeah, let's look forward to a Jey Uso run.
Yeah. Charlie, CM Punk versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. Now, there's obviously been a lot of upset as to this being the main event. I don't quite get it. You've got the three biggest guys in the business, really. How do you see this one? Paul Heyman being in CM Punk's corner. Apparently, Seth said, "You owe me a favour now." He said to Paul Heyman. So, what is going to happen on that night? Who wins? Who gets pinned? Who gets pinned, and who wins?
Well, I feel like it's gonna be CM Punk who wins. I feel like Seth is gonna throw Roman out the ring. Paul Heyman's gonna get distracted by and I think Roman's gonna get quite hurt from it. Well, I don't want him to, but I think it will. And Paul Heyman's going to get way distracted. So it's just going to be CM Punk and Seth in the ring. Seth's going to turn around. I think it's going to be CM Punk who's just waiting right there. Hits him with a GTS. And I'm pretty sure this is where CM Punk wins the title. And the crowd, every time he comes out, it's going to get the same as Jey Uso.
Charlie, remember there's no title.
Oh, no title?
There's no title on the line. There's no title.
They don't have one. Yeah, forget that part of the title. Yeah, I still think CM Punk's going to win.
No, there we go. Jack, what do you reckon? Three big dogs in the WWE.
For me, I honestly don't know who's going to win, but there's only two potential winners, I think, and it's either Seth Rollins or CM Punk. And the build-up for this one's been great. The promo that Seth did the other day was unbelievable when he was talking about... He's so good, man. Seth is so good. I've always said he was the best out of the three of the Shield. He was in-ring and on the mic, just untouchable. And when he was talking about needing the savior of the company, and if these two win, it's downhill, it's the disaster. It was just such a brilliant promo. And obviously Paul Heyman's gonna turn on Roman. I think that's just bound to happen. That was obvious. It's gonna be obvious, I think. So that makes me think maybe CM Punk might pull it off. But then I'm thinking Roman's a part-timer, so surely there's no benefit to him winning. And obviously CM Punk is now at that stage where he is old and he's probably not going to be around for that long. So is there any benefit of giving him the win? But at the same time, he's never been given that WrestleMania moment and he was meant to get it last year.
Yeah.
So is it going to be this year? But then there's Seth Rollins, who, as he said, he's the savior of the company. And if any of them two win, it could spell disaster. So they do kind of need to give it to him. So it's between them two. I don't think Roman's in the race. I'm gonna go.
It sounds like a total cop-out.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Seth Rollins, even though my heart is kind of telling me to go with Punk. But I'm gonna go with Rollins.
Yeah, do you know what? I am with you. I think it's going to be Seth, and I think it's going to be a double cross by Paul Heyman. I think Paul Heyman gets involved, and I think there's going to be. I think there's been too many. It's like a spider web with Paul Heyman. There's so many layers to this guy, and it seems to have cobwebbed to everyone. There's been a link somewhere, and I think the favour is that Seth. I think Paul Heyman screws Roman, and Seth gets back because they went through that stage, didn't they? And I think he'll screw Roman and get that opportunity. But yeah, let's see. I'm looking forward to it. But let's crack on. Night 2. That was just night 1. This is night 2. The women's tag titles on the line. Lyra Valkyria, who I rate highly. I think she's really good. And Bayley, who's a bit of an old favourite, isn't she? Very good, Bayley. Versus Liv and Raquel Rodriguez, the human giant. I'm not going to lie, this is sort of the most boring one out of them for me, which is quite sad, really. But I'll take it to begin with. I think Bayley and Lyra Valkyria fall out because Lyra is obviously Intercontinental champion. I think they fall out because Bayley still wants that title, and Liv and Raquel will win it. I think there'll be someone walks off potentially. There's a bust up, one walks off, leaves the other. Do you know what I mean? And two take on one and win. So for me, Liv and Raquel. Charlie, you're probably feeling the same, or not?
Well, kind of, but I feel like what's his name? I feel like there's going to be like random interference from Zelina Vega, and that's going to cause Lyra to be down, and then Raquel's gonna get distracted by someone, maybe Zelina again, because Zelina probably doesn't want any of them to win. And I feel like Liv's gonna pin Bayley from like a behind, maybe like a roll up from out of nowhere, and she's gonna roll out.
Roll up, yeah.
I have no idea, but Zelina Vega's doing a lot of random things in WWE, isn't she? Interfering with Chelsea Green and interfering with just in the LWO. She just really doesn't know what to do with herself.
Mm-hmm.
Jack, another fast forward job.
Yeah, so obviously you all know that I love women's wrestling. So, like, for me, again, this is going to be a bit controversial, but women don't need the United States Intercontinental and tag titles. I just feel like the roster's just not strong enough to have all these belts. Like, it just really isn't. Like, they don't need their own chamber. They don't need their own Royal Rumble. I think it takes away the kind of prestige of, like, why are we having 2 Royal Rumbles on the same day? Why are we having 2 or 3? Wasn't there a stage when there was like 3 or 4 elimination chambers in the same like event? It's away.
Like they've done an equality thing,
yeah,
which I'm all for. Like, you know, we know that across all sports and all entertainments and stuff like that, everyone should get the same shot. But I think if you want to elevate women to that level of, you know, giving them the gratitude and what they deserve, give them their elimination pay-per-view. Give them their own. Do you know what I mean? I think that would be really good. But like they do with some of the women's nights, don't they? They do a women's event. But yeah, I understand what you mean. Times have moved, haven't they? And I think Triple H just tried to be more equal now, hasn't he? As Vince was it was about women being in their bras, having their boobs out, and all this sort of thing. And I think he's tried to really sway into the other lane majorly, hasn't he, to avoid that now?
Yeah.
But,
for me, I just not really. Like, I just was so much for when the real talented woman come along, for instance, China, and was getting like the Intercontinental title and that. I loved it. And even there was that stage where Vince was actually going to put the world title on China, and I was all for that. Like, I'm all for if there is a woman that is good enough, which there are some that are great, as I said, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, so on and so forth. Just put them in the Rumble. Just put them, maybe give them an Intercontinental title run. It becomes like a special, like, nostalgic thing. But I don't know, when they just add all this, like, oh, give them this, give them that, equal this, equal that. Don't get me wrong, I'm for the equality, but I feel like it waters just everything down. And I feel like that's what it's done lately with the Rumble, with the Chambers, and all these new titles. And yeah, I just feel like, as you said, this is probably the worst match. And I haven't really followed the story that much because it's not really been that much of a real entertaining story. Again, because the roster's just not, I don't think it's that strongly packed. But yeah, to be honest with you, I don't really know where this one's going because I haven't followed it that much. But I will just go out on a limb and just say, because the other girl's already the Intercontinental champion, there is another story to go with that team. So they probably will just keep it on Liv and Raquel.
Right. Fatal Charlie like that. The Fatal 4-Way Intercontinental match. Jack,
Oh, yeah.
now this is a banger.
Mm-hmm.
Bron Breaker versus who I really rate. I think he's world title potential majorly. Even next year, I think that guy's got major push next year. Penta, who I have to say, I think the guy is unreal.
Yeah,
Dominik Mysterio, who is the guy everyone hates, but he's done it so well. And Finn Bálor, who's kind of a bit of a forgotten man. But Charlie, go on, you take this one first. I know you're looking forward to this one. Who gets pinned and who wins?
Well, it could end up being Finn pinning Dom, or the other way, Dom pinning Finn. I don't think Bron is going to keep the title. Bron's gonna keep himself on one person, which leaves two people, which probably be Dom and Penta. I'm going that Penta is going to win the title. Since he's joined WWE, I've been feeling, maybe he's going to join and win like the Andre the Giant Battle Memorial match. And when I heard Rey Fenix was coming, like, they're going to team and like do something, or maybe they're both going to win titles. And I'm thinking that is what's going to happen. And I'm thinking Penta is going to win the Intercontinental, and maybe we see something from Rey Fenix win. Maybe the United States in like later pay-per-views or something. I think they're both gonna be champions at the same time.
Cool. Jack, this is quality.
No, it's one of the best matches on the whole thing. And to be honest with you, if any four of them won it, I would be happy with it. But I'm going to give you...
Really? Any four?
Yeah, if any of them won that title, I would be...
Even Dom?
Let me tell you the best case scenario, which I pray happens.
You just got
I'll tell you what I think. Then I'll tell you what I think's going to happen. Yeah.
Go on then.
So the best case scenario, and if anyone disagrees with this, you don't know wrestling, right?
Oh, here we go.
Mysterio deserves this title more than anyone. I have never seen someone get heat like Dom. When he picks up the mic, before he even says a word, you cannot hear a single thing. The crowd boos the living hell out of the arena. I've never seen heat like Dominik Mysterio get heat. And it's the way he's the player of the game with Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley. He is just an absolute legend. The best case is Dominik Mysterio, right, and Finn Bálor work together. Just as Finn is about to get the win, Dominik Mysterio low blows him. The crowd blow the roof off the place. Dominik gets the win, and then they start a rivalry with Dom and Finn for the Intercontinental title, and they push Dom because I feel like Dom, out of near enough every superstar, deserves the push because he is the biggest heel in the company by a country mile.
By a long shot. He doesn't even need to pick up a mic.
Yeah,
he just walks out.
So he deserves it more than anyone. So that's the best case, but that is not going to happen. I do feel there is going to be a screw job, and I do feel like it is going to be Dom that screws Finn. But then I feel like Finn is going to get pinned, and I don't see Bron Breakker losing the title yet because I don't feel like for him and his push right now, it's the right time. Well, it is the right time if they give it to Dom. But in WWE's eyes, but the way they want to push Bron and being like the big. He's not a heel, but he kind of is. He's like that anti-goody kind of guy. The way they want to push him as the big star, like he's kind of like the next Brock Lesnar. So it's just not the right time for WWE to lose him the title yet. He's probably gonna go on and have a real good long Intercontinental run, I feel. So I feel like the title's gonna stay with him.
See, I don't. I think Bron loses the title, but he doesn't get pinned, and that will keep him with his it keeps him intact. So I think he loses the title, and next year we see him onto the big stuff. I think you see him in Elimination Chamber and all the big stuff next year. I think he's going to be one of those guys, a big part of the future, because he is already. But I think they level him up after Mania. And for me, I think they ride the hype train of Penta. I think they really go for it. Would I like to see Dom? I think Dom deserves a title push in the sense of that I think he is one of the hardest workers. He's taken what he's got and he's rode with it, and he's been incredible doing it. And you need to praise the people that put the work in. So yeah, let's see. But I think Penta has that one. But I'm looking forward to that. That is one of the matches of the whole weekend for me. And randomly, so is this one. AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. Now, this is a real good, this could be AJ getting right in there. I can only see one outcome, and I think it's Logan. I think Logan wins it. Another guy that's going to get a big push. He's a bit of a plank, we all know, but also he plays it so well. He hated the fact that he used to get booed at the start. He hated it. And he actually moaned to the company and got, really upset about it. But he's embraced it. He knows his role. And now we're seeing the best of Logan Paul. And I have never seen, and this is for anyone, I've never seen anyone take to the ring as quick as Logan Paul has. I think he is literally, don't get me wrong, I love Bad Bunny. That was another great one. But Logan Paul, absolutely incredible. I think he beats AJ. Will it be clean? I don't know. It's Logan Paul. But it's going to be a good one. Charlie, what do you reckon? Who wins out of Logan and AJ?
So, after seeing Logan's new finisher, that thing, I don't really want to see that again. So, I feel like there's going to be an interference from another, like a friend of Logan. See if we can see, Iso Speed come back, or even Jake Paul or KSI. I could see anyone interfere. They get beat up at Speed did at WrestleMania 40 when Randy Orton destroyed him. I think that's what's going to happen. One of them is going to distract AJ. Logan's going to come from behind, hit that finisher I don't want to see, and Logan's going to win it. But then he's going to, instead of celebrating, he's going to roll out all the way to the ring and check on whoever's come, Speed, KSI, or Jake Paul, whoever it is. I feel like Logan's going to win because of someone who's going to get a big pop. Because Speed was in the Royal Rumble, which was really interesting. I know he
got folded.
Yeah. Wasn't that the most viewed thing of the year?
I think ever, wasn't it? Ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got torn in half. That was the worst spear I think I've ever seen. But
I'm surprised Speed's even still doing YouTube after that.
Yeah. Well, Jack, what do you reckon?
I think
it's got to be Logan,
there's only one way to go, and it's Logan Paul. I don't really see what a win does for AJ, realistically. And
I can't see him around much longer. It's a shame. Because I rate him.
So good. Yeah, so it's going to be Logan. I don't know if there'd be an interference. I think there might be like a knuckle duster or something. Like, obviously something dodgy will happen. It always happens with the heels. But yeah, Logan's obviously one of the big guys they're investing in at the moment. So it will be him. I actually really wish we had more Logan Paul. I wish he would kind of dedicate and be like a full-timer. Because I actually think he's great. On the mic, in the ring, everything. Like, he's so entertaining. Like, and every kind of pay-per-view he's been in, he's always had like a big moment. Like the Royal Rumble when it was with Ricochet, when they jumped the cross, and then when he was in the
unreal.
Yeah,
unreal.
He does crazy stuff all the time. So I'd love to see more of him, to be honest. But I don't think we'll get to see, like, he'll never be a full-timer, which is a shame. But yeah, I think it's going to be Logan Paul.
Cool. We're nearly there, lads. We're nearly there. A street fight between Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. This has got blood written all over it. I don't care what anyone says. Someone is getting busted in this, aren't they? And I'm looking forward to it, but I can only see one outcome in this as well. I'm gonna go with Charlie. What do you reckon? Who do you think on this one?
So, after Damian leaving the Judgment Day, I was like really surprised, and now he's become like a really good single superstar with Rhea and stuff. And I feel like after Drew McIntyre being thrown into that car and glass going into his eye, he's gonna get payback. But he's gonna get like payback. Maybe he's gonna hit like it's a street fight, so there's no rules, right?
Yeah.
I think he's going to hit he's just going to pull out anything he can find from under there and hit Damian in the eye. That's going to keep his eye done. He's going to get up, barely be able to see. Drew's going to hit him with a claymore. I was going to say we're going to see an interference of Seth or Drew, but they're Seth or CM Punk, but they're having a match. So I'm saying Drew's going to win this on his own. And Damian is going to be out for a while, I think.
Okay.
Jack?
I would say it's the other way. I feel like how have I forgotten his name, man? McIntyre. Yeah. But Brody's going to be disappointed because that's Brody's favorite wrestler is McIntyre. But I feel like McIntyre's kind of had his time in the sun, and I feel like he's kind of he's still like one of the big stars, but he's kind of like the forgotten about big star from wrestling.
Yeah.
I feel like he had his push during lockdown. And obviously, never really got, he
kind of got it at the wrong time, didn't he? He got it at the wrong time.
Yeah. And I just feel like they've never really got another chance. And when he obviously won the title and everyone thought this is his moment, but obviously he got cashed in on like 20 seconds later and lost it. And yeah, I just feel like he's kind of forgotten about now. Still there for kind of like big matches when there's like a chamber. Oh yeah, we'll throw Drew in, but he's not going to win it. And I feel like this is kind of that. It's Damian's time kind of now. He's kind of the future and Drew's kind of the past. So I feel like Damian Priest is going to take this one.
Yeah, I've got a feeling that I think Drew's kind of been hard done by, and maybe this is the chance to get Drew back on the wagon a bit. I do get both your points of view, but I think I don't know. I just think it's going to be brutal. I think they're going to both go out. They're both heavy hitters. These guys. Drew, I love it when he throws a headbutt in. There's something quality about a headbutt. But yeah, for me, I think McIntyre will take it. But I think it's going to be an absolute brutality. I think they could end up. It's not going to end in the ring, in my opinion. This could end up backstage. This could go wherever. I hope it does. Because I miss those ones where they used to venture off into the crowd, take a drink and smash it over someone. And I love all that stuff. So let's see. But, exactly. Drew McIntyre for me, and see where he goes after that. On to this one. I am looking forward to this one. Whether Jack is, I don't know. Triple threat for the title. Io Sky, who I rate highly. She is quality. Rhea Ripley, who I know Jack is a big fan of, and Bianca Belair. Three real talents there. I'm going to take this one first. For me, Io Sky retains. That's how I see this one. I think we've seen that whole build-up of them almost looking at her as some invisible piece of the jigsaw. And those two, the two big characters, the Rhea and Bianca, sort of head-to-head, and not even really paying attention to Io Sky. I think she keeps the title. There's got to be some titles kept at this WrestleMania. We've only probably listed one so far. So for me, I think this is another one. Io Sky retains. I don't know how she does it, but I think it's going to be quality. however she does it. So, Charlie, what do you reckon? Who gets pinned? Who wins?
So I'm going. Io has won the title lately. I'm pretty sure. Rhea, that contract signing was like way like more rough than it was supposed to be. Like I wasn't expecting Rhea to like fall out attack out of nowhere. So I think Rhea's gonna get her payback on Bianca, but I feel like Io will retain. I'm with you on that one, but I feel like it won't be an easy match for her. Rhea's gonna go like when she won the Royal Rumble in 2023. She's gonna be like, and she won it from number 1 or 2. She won it from that. Like she had all the energy. I think that's gonna be the energy in that match. She's gonna have that same energy. She's gonna be knocked out, but she's gonna get straight back up and like, who knows? She could do anything. Anyone could.
He sounds as clear as you, Jack. Are you going to watch this one, Jack? Surely.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I'm probably going to watch every match because it's WrestleMania. But
you say it now. You say it now.
Yeah, I think I probably will watch every match this one.
That's good of you. That's really good of you.
Thanks. I do have my moments. I think this will be a good match because obviously I rate Bianca Belair and I rate Rhea. I haven't seen too much of Sky, but like from what I've seen in the build-up, she's played her part and she's playing it well. To be honest with you, I've been thinking this whole time that I thought that Rhea Ripley was going to get the title back, but you, Joel, kind of swayed me into thinking that Sky might actually keep it. So I'm going to go with Sky. It's going to keep it.
Cool. See, you do listen to me sometimes.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know who's going to want to take this first. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. This has been a real strange one because people have really struggled with the build-up to this. The Rock was heavily involved. We never see The Rock again. Will we see The Rock at Mania? Apparently, there's talks that Stone Cold is going to be at Mania. Imagine that. That's my guy. Stone Cold's my guy. Who wants it first?
Go on, Charlie. You take it.
Can't deny the kid. Right, Charlie. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. Now, I know how you feel about this because I tried to buy you a John Cena hat the other day and you flat-out refused it.
Don't remind me of that. Don't.
He won't have it. And that was at a car boot sale, Jack. He won't have it. So, how's this one going, Charlie?
I feel like Cena's very old now. I think he's gonna go back for movies for a little bit after this. After he retires.
This is his last year. Remember, this is the last year. So you're going to see him more in this year than you've seen him probably in the last 5. You know, so
I feel like Cena won't win the title because I know it's his second to last pay-per-view, and I feel like there's going to be he's going to be pushed to Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank. There's going to be, because that's his last thing. He's going to be in, I reckon, the Money in the Bank briefcase. He will randomly show up before, like, on a random match on like Raw or SmackDown when the title's on the line. He'll come in and after he'll probably come back to not being heel after that match. He's gonna come take. I don't really care what title, just not off Jay and Cody. I feel like he's gonna take.
That's not a world title then.
He's gonna take a title off someone after Money in the Bank. I feel like people are gonna he's gonna be like a really big pop because people are gonna think he's retired, and then he's gonna retire after winning the title, like Undertaker did when he left his hat in the thingy. He's gonna leave his title in the middle of the ring and just leave. And there's gonna be cameras everywhere seeing him just walking out. I feel like that's how it's gonna end. And people love seeing Cody hold the title. I don't think he's gonna lose it. After finishing the story at WrestleMania 40, I don't want him to lose it for ages and ages. Because honestly,
He's your guy.
after him returning, it was crazy seeing him return, and I really feel like once he came back from returning, he's like really up leveled. He's probably been training a lot, so I still think Cody's gonna keep the title, and Cena is gonna win Money in the Bank, and he's gonna return on a random Raw or SmackDown, take a title that isn't Cody and Jay's, and retire.
Well, there you go. Jack, how do you see it?
I honestly have no idea where WWE is going to go with this one. And this is when I love wrestling at its most, when it's so unpredictable it could go any way. This is when wrestling is at its best. So
I think
like
I know what's gonna happen.
my heart of hearts, like I want more than anything in the world, like anything. I want John Cena to win this at WrestleMania,
Oh,
break the records. Like I want it more than anything. Like more than an English title. More. I want John Cena to do this. Just give everyone what they want. A heel run as champion. Like let him beat Cody. Like he only needs to hold it for a month. Like a month. That's it. And just let Cody win it again. And like
Jack, they won't do that though. They won't let him have it for a month.
I just like, yeah, no, like, I mean, if he holds it for more, great. Like, but I'm just saying, just please, just give it to him. Just give everyone what they want, and just let John Cena. Don't break everyone's hearts like they did at the Rumble. Like, I can't go through it again. Like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see him win it on Raw. I don't want to see him win it on SmackDown. Money in the Bank, SummerSlam. I want to see him win it at WrestleMania. I want to see John Cena have like the best last year. Just give the man that, carried the company on his back for years and years and years. Just let him do it, man. And plus, I do kind of hate this whole Ric Flair is tied, because in my eyes, he's not tied. It's like, no, they don't count any other guys.
He's not won 16 world titles in WWE.
Yeah, they don't count anyone else's world titles anywhere else, just Ric Flair's. So like, just let John Cena just please, man, please just do it. Like, but I just don't like. But I honestly don't know where they're going with it. Like, I just feel like they don't want to give it to him in the weirdest way. And
I disagree. I think Cody wins on Sunday night. I think he does. But I think John Cena wins it at SummerSlam. I think he still gets it, but I think they'll get him the win. He'll go out on a high. We could even see Cena Rock as a potential, as a potential match down the line. And that could be the last one where Cena puts, as I say, he retains the title, he puts it in the middle of the ring and he says, good night. He goes out as champ. We get to see the swirly belt again because we have to. And it will be in the middle of the ring. The cap comes off, the sweatbands come off, they go in the ring, and he says good night, and he walks out in the position that he deserves to have. Because I'm the same as you, Jack. He carried this company for so long. When, merchandise was bad, when everything else was going down the pan, there was all sorts going on. John Cena was the most consistent guy doing what he does charity-wise. He was WWE. And I think you've got to give it back to him. But I think he goes out as a face. He won't go out as a heel.
Yeah, he'll go out as a face.
Do it
100%, yeah.
Because that'd be the best thing to do. And I'm absolutely buzzing for WrestleMania, and I'll probably end up texting Jack most of the night. But it's just going to be unbelievable. But
I want to see him win the Intercontinental as well. Like,
he's never won it.
I just want him to get everything. Like, and it's so weird saying this because as a teenager, obviously, I love John. Don't get me wrong, I've always loved Cena, but like as a teenager, I loved him. Then as like when I was in my mid-20s, I was kind of like, look, I still love the guy, but it's a bit stale that he's always just there, like as the champ kind of thing, and he
Yeah.
always buries the younger talent. But now I just want him to bury everyone. Just give the man everything he wants. Like, just give it to him. Like, I just need to see it. Like, this is
Jack's
just
crying
like,
out here.
yeah,
Jack's crying out.
it's just everything. Like right now, nothing else matters to me. If I can John Cena winning this Mania and then getting the Intercontinental title, that's all I want in this life, and I can die happy. Like that's it.
I think we need to chat to Terry, mate. I think you need to talk to someone. But right, let's end it on this one. Charlie, what's your match? What's your favourite match you're looking forward to at WrestleMania?
Well,
Keep it short and sweet.
after the beatdown of Jimmy and Gunther, I feel like Jay is going to have all that power. I think it's a really unpredictable match. So I'm going Jay and Gunther. But just behind it are Cody and John, and also that Fatal 4-Way Intercontinental Championship match. Those two would be good, but I feel like Jay and Gunther is going to be the best of the night.
Cool. Jack, what do you reckon?
Well, I mean, if
Obviously not the women.
not the women's obviously, but if you couldn't tell, like I'm very passionate about the John Cena match. So
You got to let it go, mate.
yeah, that's the one I'm looking forward to the most because I just don't know where it's going, and obviously how desperately I want Cena to win. But I feel like honorable mention, the best match probably will be the Fatal 4-Way match. To be honest with you, the Cody Rhodes Cena match might not even be that good because Cena hasn't really looked good for a long time. But you never really know. Like,
This is Mania.
yeah. So hopefully, Paul, you know, they always say like every fighter's got one last good fight in them. Like maybe this is seen as like one last good run. I've got one last good run left, and this could be the best run we see. So hopefully, yeah. Obviously, Cena Cody is what I'm looking forward to the most.
Oh yeah, I didn't know you hadn't mentioned it. I reckon there's two for me. Fatal 4-Way. I think Bron, Penta, Dom, and Bálor. I think that's going to be an absolute corker. And for me, CM Punk, Roman, and Seth. Only because of the intrigue of what's going to happen. There has to be, for that to be the main event, there has to be a major twist. Otherwise, it would have been Jay versus Gunther. Let's be perfectly honest. There's got to be a major twist in that for them to have put it as the main. So let's see. But honestly, thank you very much, lad, for coming in. Jack, you want to say something, don't you?
I want to say no. I've said enough about John Cena now.
You don't want to make one last plea?
Oh, please, just come on, man. Please, just give it to him. Just give the man what he deserves.
Right. Honestly, thank you very much, Jack the Punk Kid Hughes. Who's got a good fight coming up in May. I'm going to be there. Looking forward to that one, mate. For the debut of CRG, Charlie Boy. So yeah, thank you very much for coming on, and we will all catch up again soon. We'll probably do predictions for all the big pay-per-views that are coming up. So you'll see us three doing what we do, and we will catch up with you very soon. So until then, thank you very much, lads.
Thank you.
See you soon.